number one of the pros here at the Jeremiah Jones Summer National. And underway they go. There's Hedrick in the center. Oh, little bobbles there. And it looks like it's going to be Brandon Hogue getting the whole shot.
So Hedrick fighting tooth and nail, winds up about third coming out of that second corner, but you saw a couple of riders went wide, bar banging and battling. But look at this, your early race leader already trying to set sail and disappear. The number one hangs tough in the number 3 spot.
All right, so we are underway, and what a race we've got. Look at this battle. Hedrick back in third, takes the outside. And there is Brandon Hogue up there. And that looks like Rastrelli in second, just looking at the rider style. Rastrelli, he's coming off of an injury. Don't know how long he can hang there, but you know what, right now, like I said earlier, you run with the football if you get the chance.
Hey, absolutely. And Rastrelli, I don't know how long he's going to run in second place because it looks like he's pushing for the number 1 spot right now. So be on the lookout. He really closed in the gap when they came down the hill. Let's see what they're able to do here in the midsection of the track.
Now, Brandon Hogue had the bad luck last year, had the speed, was right there a bunch of times, and little flips of Murphy's Law got him. But look at this battle right now. Brandon Hogue, the 28 is Jeff Rastrelli, and the number 1. Now look at this, side by side, and here comes on the outside the number 1 rider, Joel Hedrick, and he has taken the lead. Brandon Hogue in second, and Rastrelli in third.
Wow, look at that. Joel Hedrick, like he went shopping at Target, got a buy one, get one. They were 3 wide NASCAR style coming across that off camera, and he made the most of it. Like we said.
That's Wesley Wolf. I apologize for you. I thought it was Rastrelli, but Wolf is up there. Hogue in third. And look at that, the rookie Mason Jackson in fourth. Lindquist in fifth. Bryce Ford in sixth. Adam Ulrich in seventh. Jeff Rastrelli in eighth. Kevin Sarr in ninth. Joey Chambers in 10th. And Cody Ford rounding out the top 11, brought to you by JWF Industries.
So how about this? Joel Hedrick finds himself in the number 1 position right now, trying to put that Phoenix Racing Yamaha power to the ground and run away with it. But look at the battle between Wolf and Hogue in this second place position. Couldn't fit a wheel between them, Kevin.
I tell you what, now Wolf has been having, again, he had always brilliance in there. But again, he works all week, and because of his one arm being bad, he really can't train all week. This year, suddenly, Wesley Wolf, look at him out there and battling with Brandon Hogue. Hogue may be faster, but right now he's got to get past him, and that's not an easy thing to do. He does it, though. Look at Brandon Hogue. What a run he made on that one.
Wow, what a line there, taking the middle and then funneling down towards the bottom side. Look at this. He's not done yet. He wants to pull up alongside the number 1 and give him a run for the lead.
I tell you what, we have got a battle as they head into the Fuel Factory tunnel turn. Joel Hedrick in the lead, but here comes Brandon Hogue. Hogue in second, Wolf in third, Lindquist in fourth, Bryce Ford in fifth, Jackson in sixth, Ulrich in seventh, Rastrelli in eighth. There's your top 3 as they come down through the bottom of this off-camber and head towards the Scott step-up. Onto the Dragon, back they come.
Look at how hard the riders are pushing, over jumping the landing of these jumps. Hogue trying to lock in on the back of the number 1, Hedrick, looking for a way around him.
I tell you what, and Hogue just soaking it all in like a sponge. He wants the knowledge. He wants to see where Hedrick is getting fast. So Hedrick taking the outside in the Baldwin Motorsports bull turn, bring it up to the top, and Brandon Hogue just hanging right in there. And like I said, he's looking at everything Joel's doing. Joel wants to get away, but he doesn't want to show everything that he's got up his sleeve.
Exactly. Right now he knows Brandon Hogue's back there with a pen and paper taking notes, trying to figure out exactly where the lines are. He's also trying to formulate an opportunity where he can get around the number 1.
I'll tell you what, I like that just off line on that turn there, in that Honda Bull turn. Brandon Hogue makes a good charge there. Let's see what he does taking the middle here.
Look at this. Could he do it again in the same place?
Drops it low.
That's, I think, the opportunity Hoag's looking for. It really seems like he's wanting to stay close to the number one throughout the track, and then he wants to use that middle line, fade down to the bottom side right before the finish line. Seems to be the hot spot for Brandon.
And Wesley Wolf hanging in there, too. The top three at this point of the race hanging really tight. With now Ford is down to fourth. He's got past Lindquist. Jackson in sixth. Ulrich in seventh, Australia in eighth, Kevin Sarr in ninth, and Chambers rounds out the top 10.
Absolutely. Check back into the front of the field. You see them making their way through that off-camber, and this is not what Brandon Hoag wants to see. Already Hetrick has now opened up a couple of bike lengths. You give this guy an inch, he'll take a mile or two.
Both of those riders running 141s. Joel Hetrick at a 141.044. Brandon Hoag at a 141.868. So he is 0.8 of a second slower. But let me tell you, those guys are flying. Everybody else is in the 142s and up as they go around this track.
Well, and the 141 was the top qualifying time that we saw in qualifying one. So these guys, they've bumped it up to race pace. Like you said, the production B class, getting things in tip-top shape as you see Hetrick with a quick look over the shoulder. Now they're running almost a 141 flat on that last lap.
Up over the top of the Ford Brothers Racing triple-double and down into the valley. You can see the two top riders right there. Brandon Hoag keeping the pressure on as our leader takes the triple and heads towards the off-camber. Let's see what kind of line Brandon Hoag is going to pick this time. So you see Hetrick taking the low line, makes it work. Hoag made up a couple of bike lengths there.
Yeah, still think Hoag had the better run through that off-camber, but Hetrick was able to open it up about half a second or so on them, almost an entire second when they came across the finish line. Lap time, they check in now, and we'll see what that gap has opened up to.
Now, watch out. We got a battle for third. Wesley Wolf has got his hands full, but here comes the number 4, Bryce Ford, and he is 2 seconds behind as he makes a charge on him. Max Lindquist just behind him. But right now, the big worry that Wesley Wolf has is Bryce Ford, because Bryce Ford can turn it on.
Hoag absolutely skying these tabletops. You saw him land right in between the two of them. That might actually cost him a little bit of time, Kevin. There's one thing to be really accelerating throughout the takeoff of the jump, but when you over jump quite like that, it soaks up all your momentum.
Oh, and it soaks up your energy, too.
Ooh, I'll tell you what.
Right on that.
It will beat you up for sure. And just seems like Hetrick right now, maybe a 10th here, a 10th there, but not really running away from Hoag right now.
All right, and here's the battle with Wesley Wolf and Bryce Ford as they come down to the bottom and that Phoenix River pond turn. You can see him make the turn, and Wolf trying to stay away from Ford. He knows what he's going to have to do, and keeping a good gap as they head up there. Now there's the battle for the lead. As we watch them come over top of the triple, there's the number 1 in the lead there at the base with Brandon Hoag in second. Up to the off-camber. Hoag makes a good run there. He's all over the back fender as they make the turnaround there. 8 minutes and 7 seconds into the race. So we're just at the halfway point.
I'm pretty impressed by what I'm seeing from Hoag right now. It looked like maybe the writing was on the wall and Hetrick was going to start to ride away, but he has really got a fire lit underneath him, and especially in that closing quarter of a lap, he seems to have the hot line figured out.
I'll tell you what, and he came in at a 141.418 versus Joel Hetrick with a 141.714. 0.3 of a second faster on that last lap.
Absolutely. It was a 0.6 second gap when they came around for lap 4 complete. We'll see what it is when they refresh coming across the line next, but without a doubt, it's got to be closer than that. I'm thinking more of a 0.3, 0.2.
Now, Jeff Rastrelli has moved up into 7th place. Kevin Sarr in 8th, Ulrich in 9th. So Rastrelli making the charge, and he is about 2 seconds behind Max Lindquist, Mason Jackson in 6th, Max Lindquist in 5th. And here's the battle for the lead. Look at this. We have got a barn burner here. Joel Hetrick in the lead, and he's the only person this year that's kept up. Brandon Hoag is keeping the pressure on as they come up with that Ford Brothers triple. And wow, what a battle.
Yeah, this one's going to be exciting to watch. The question is if Hoag is able to get close enough in these next 2 corners. He's really got to be right on the rear end of Hetrick as they get ready to go through that off-camber if he wants a chance to make a pass.
All right, we're coming up on the halfway mark of the race as they bring it around this time. Here we go. up into the off-camber, and they both take the same line this time. Hogue is, I think he's like, you know what, I'll rest it this lap. I'll just stay right where I am. I'm right where I want to be. I can still make a charge on him, but I'm saving my goggles too.
Well, and I tell you what else Hogue's probably saying. He's probably shaking his head, realizing Joel Hetrick has got his line figured out. Hogue's been running that lap time for the last little bit. It was only .174 the last time, now less than a second separating them. So definitely lost some time on that last lap. It went from a .17 to now to a .94.
All right, as they make their way down to the Scott step-up, great battle. As Hetrick brings it up, he runs a 146.55. That is the fastest lap of the day, with Brandon Hogue at a 141.429. So the track is definitely working into his advantage. Of course, he loves a rough track. You get a technical, you got Joel's interest.
Without a doubt, and that's what it's going to come down to, technicality, as you see Hetrick once again able to keep the power to the ground and stretches the gap out even more. Look at this battle for third nose. It looks like Ford's made the pass.
And Ford has moved up. Wesley Wolf back to fourth now. Lindquist in fifth, Jackson in sixth. And, of course, you know, Bryce right now is like, oh, dude, you held me up for way too long. He's, let's see, Bryce Ford was a 144.300 last time, with Wesley at a 145.179 on that last lap. But again, Bryce Ford powering his way through that triple-double. And we got the battle for the lead on the bottom and the battle for third on the top. So your first, second rider, and look at that, Brandon Hogue. I am absolutely impressed. He is hanging it tough today as they make it through, and we are 11 minutes and 40 seconds into this race. So another 7 minutes to go, and we'll see the two card. So we're past the halfway point and 7 laps in.
I think these next 2 laps are really going to be make or break for Hogue. He's got to find a second win and find a way to close back in on the back of the number one if he wants a chance by the end of this race, as now he falls just beyond the 1 second gap between first and second.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, and it has become a three-way. So Bryce Ford, Wesley Wolf, and Max Lindquist going at it. 0.8 of a second back for Wesley Wolf behind Bryce Ford, but Max Lindquist is sitting back there at 2 seconds back. He wants to join into the fray.
Yeah, Lindquist trying to get up in the mix and make this a fight all the way throughout the top 5, as now you are starting to see a little bit of distance between our top 2. And it looks like Hogue is really starting to see he's got to step it up. Seems like he's charging hard into those corners, maybe a little too hard, costing him some time.
Well, I'll tell you what, Brandon Hogue is looking at him now. It's like, where did this come from? Where did you come up with this speed? A 141.067 for Hetrick last lap, and then Brandon Hogue at a 141.137. It's only 1/10 of a second, but look at the distance between them now. And it's like, dude, I'm not doing anything any different. You're still pulling away.
Yeah, it seems to be the tail of the tape with Joel Hetrick. I mean, you even look at the best lap times for first and second, both running a 140.6 for Joel, a 140.7 for Brandon. So these guys are clearly, overall speed is not the thing. It's Joel's ability to keep the power to the ground, keep that Yamaha moving forward, and little by little, inch by inch, he starts to wheel away, as now what was 1.01 seconds going to open up as soon as timing and scoring. Now 2.04 seconds, so a full second gain for Hetrick on that last lap.
All right, and we're 13 minutes and 30 seconds into it as you watch the number 26 of Brandon Hogue go by. Ford, Wolf, and Lindquist. What a tight battle for third. The number 4 of Bryce Ford turning a 143.160. Wesley Wolf with a 143.169, and Max Lindquist with a 142.636. So Bryce Ford 13 seconds behind Hogue. Wesley Wolf 0.8 of a second behind Bryce Ford, and Max Lindquist 2 seconds behind them. So they are taking the battle to it for that third place.
Yeah, I tell you what, Bryce Ford and Wesley Wolf better watch out, because Lindquist running almost a second plus faster on that last lap. He wants to get up in the mix, and it looks like he's trying to push straight through to that final podium spot.
All right, behind Lindquist is Jackson and Rastrelli. And this is our third place driver. That's Bryce Ford as he makes his way down. And, of course, there's a 71 of Wesley Wolf right there behind him. And up through the Ford Brothers Racing triple-double, you can see the both of them. That's Ford and Wesley Wolf as they go down through the valley into the Honda Bowl turn. And look just behind there, there's Max Lindquist. So all three riders in that, up over the triple and into the turn. And we are 15 minutes into it. So 3 minutes, looking at 2 laps before we get the 2 card. And again, that's an estimation, so we won't hold it to that. Of course, it again depends on just how they get through this section.
Well, and looking at the lap times is now Brandon Hogue able to drop it back underneath 2 seconds. He matches the lap time of Joel Hetrick with a 1:41. So Hogue, like we said, he's got the speed. Clearly, he's got the fitness to go the distance as well, but
look at Lindquist making the charge on Wesley Wolf. He comes up just on his back fender, just a little bit off of there, as we see Joel Hetrick down through the tail of the Dragon, and here we are. This is Wesley Wolf and Max Lindquist coming through there. Lindquist takes the outside on the Dragon back and makes the pass on Wesley Wolf. So Lindquist has now moved up into 4th place, Wolf back to 5th.
not sure if there's something going on with Wolf or what. He continues to look back, maybe having some kind of issue, but yeah, looked like Lindquist was able to get around with relative ease throughout that section.
Yeah, and I tell you what, Wesley Wolf, he's for 2 years now, he's been just like one arm injury away from ending his career. So, you know, just the fact that he's out there hanging it out the way he is, I'm proud of him on that. You can see coming through there, Joel Hetrick, the back wheel digging into the sidewall. It is sapping the energy as he goes. But we're 16:35, so next time around, we may see the 2 card coming out. So Hetrick and Hogue through the traps. Hetrick at a 141.088 and Brandon Hogue at a 141.770. So 0.7 of a second. Joel Hetrick makes up on that last lap. Now we got the Bryce Ford, Max Lindquist, Wesley Wolf battle. So Ford in 3rd, Lindquist in 4th, Wesley Wolf in 5th. And you see Bryce Ford taking a look back over his shoulder, I believe.
Believe that might actually be Hetrick, and he's looking back going, man, Hogue is still back there.
I know.
This guy's on rails right now.
I think, you know what? I think he's looking back going like, good for you, Wes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good for you, Brandon. Bring it. And it's, you know, the good part of it is you saw him run on lap 6. He turns a 146.55, which is the fastest lap of the day. And if he sees Brandon coming up on him, it's like, dude, I'm just going to turn it up. But I'm still glad you're hanging there.
Yeah, I think it's a cap in the feather for Brandon Hogue, obviously, to be able to match that pace. He was able to run a 141 on that last lap, just as Joel Hetrick did. So realistically, it's coming down to tenths of seconds. Little things here, bumps here, an inside versus outside there.
And there we see Max Lindquist just ahead. I believe that's Max with Wesley Wolf there. There we go. Oh, the 2 card is out for Joel Hetrick. 2 laps to go. White flag will be coming out next time around. There's, you see Lindquist and just ahead of Wesley Wolf. That maybe that isn't. Is that Ford? No way.
Could it possibly be Rastrelli making a pass?
I don't think so. That's the 31 of Kevin Sarr. So that is, I believe that's might be Mason Jackson, Kevin Sarr. So Kevin Sarr, the 31. All right, now we're back to the leaders. There's Joel Hetrick as he comes out of the tail of the Dragon. Brings it down the Mositis Motorsports downhill into the Baldwin Motorsports bowl turn. He knows he's only got 2 left. 141.1 last time with Brandon Hogue turning to 141.9. So 0.8 of a second he made up on that last lap. And you know, at this point, Brandon Hogue is probably like, that's okay. We got the next moto. I'll hang second.
Yeah, you got to think Hogue maybe playing a little bit of the long game here. Second's as good of a first in the first moto. And I think this is a big confidence boost for him. He was able to get up there, able to run with Joel, especially those first 5 laps, and so maybe he can regroup, get recovered, and come out swinging for the second moto.
All right, the corn rider out of Nebraska, bringing it around. The white flag coming out, 1 lap to go for Joel Hetrick as he crosses the finish line area. Brandon Hogue right behind him in second. Then we got the battle of Bryce Ford and Max Lindquist for third. The number 4 and the number 2. Then Jeffrey Rastrelli. Rastrelli up into 5th position. That is amazing. And look right behind him, the number 6 of Kevin Saar, the Estonian rider. Mason Jackson in 7th, vying for the Rookie of the Year awards. Wesley Wolf now back to 8th. There's got to be something wrong with the bike there. And then, of course, Cody Ford in 9th, Adam Ulrich in 10th, and Joey Chambers has withdrawn from the race. He's only got 8 laps in.
So tough luck there for Chambers. Watching Hetrick on your screen right now. Poetry in motion, not under any immediate pressure behind him, as Hogue still holding tough, but about 4 seconds back. And at this point, it's just hit your marks and bring this thing home.
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you what, I grew up, I remember him racing extreme dirt track on a 50, you know, before he ever thought about motocross. And it was, even then, it was like Kid Dynamite. He was always fast. And, of course, moving over here to motocross in the time zone he did, he, you know, coming up here trying to beat Chad Wienen. And, of course, now working on a perfect season. We'll see how that goes as he gets closer and closer. So his last time up through the off-camber, we watched Joel Hetrick on the Phoenix Racing Yamaha CST Elka Walsh Racecraft Dasa Moose Parts Unlimited Yamaha, taking the checkered flag and the win in Moto number 1.